October.
Yeah, I've got a copy for you, Chair.
Okay.
753, paragraph B. I sent an email to you about it.
I have that, please.
You have done that, I mean, that's excellent. And the other one is here or there now, really. It's about, I'm talking about the opening of the.
Oh, yeah, I did do that one as well, the fitness equipment.
Yeah, you've done that. Lovely, thank you, Joe.
Yeah, I didn't have any opening plans.
Anything else by anybody?
No.
Just a report on the bag of salt, extra bag of salt I have for the 8th area. Joe, have you spoke to the council about it? The council highway, but I have a number I can read. Order salt.
Oh, right, okay.
I got.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah, right.
I thought somebody else took action with
Sorry?
the highways. I thought somebody else was going to talk to highways.
Yes, I have the number around.
Oh, I see, sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Right. Okay, I will find that out for you.
Sorry.
On the subject of salt, I've been down with Leon clearing some of the stuff out of the factory, and he was good enough. We'd loaded the salt in the back of his van, and I said, well, we'll take it over the field and drop it off. He said, why don't you distribute it while it's still on the back of the van? So we've actually been around the parish on some of the hills that aren't covered by the bins that are there,
All right.
and we've distributed the bags of salt.
Well, is that from?
Yeah, some like
They're in plastic bags.
they are. So we've dropped them outside properties that we know.
Yeah.
So they're out, they're gone, they're finished with.
I can just add on to that. Teresa Haywood was telling me there was some on top of Bilsford Hill.
There was.
They stayed there for 2 days and then somebody took them away.
That was always going to be an issue, whether we put them somewhere like that, you know, somebody was going to take them. But wherever we put them, you can never guarantee that they're going to stay. So they're gone anyway. That's done and dusted.
Probably available on eBay or something.
There's three bags down with the village hall. Because I thought, although they haven't got a road problem, they may have got a foot traffic problem.
In the school, in the school, dropped over in the school.
I didn't think about the school, to be quite honest.
Because didn't we have some? Sorry, Chair. Didn't we have to do someone for the school when we last year, back a couple of years ago?
Don't know, can't remember.
I think they rung up asking for some.
Someone want that?
Yeah.
Well, there's three bags being around the village hall. They can have one of them if they want it, you know.
Thank you.
If you speak to anybody on the subject. Public participation. Clerk's report. Correspondence?
Have we got any public participation, please?
No, we don't.
Okay, clerk's report then. Correspondence, yeah, I've got quite a few items just to quickly skip through for you.
Do Joe, when the previous clerk used to give us a list of correspondence in the meeting?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Didn't realise that.
Yeah, and then what you do with those that you're going to work with each day, you put in red.
Okay.
It's quite useful.
Yeah, well, I've done that. I didn't realise it went out ahead of the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine, I will know that.
Yeah, he used to distribute it. It was just easier, that was all.
Yeah.
And then he'd just say, well, this is what you should have read. If you haven't, that's tough luck.
Yeah. Well, these aren't necessarily the ones that I will have sent on to you. This is just sort of information bits that I haven't emailed. Right. Barclays Bank, we've suddenly got a Know Your Customer Review questionnaire. It's quite a lengthy questionnaire. They clearly don't know anything about what a parish council is.
No.
But we do need to sort out the bank account still and try and get all the mandate.
We've got new ones to go on as well now, haven't we?
Yeah. So I'm going to write to Barclays and try and clear that up. But what I was going to suggest is that if we send in all new signatures for everybody who's an existing signatory and just say update your records, hopefully it will make life a little bit easier in the future. So I will get that done.
If you want to get on the Barclays quickly, it's the Exeter office in Dublin.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, don't go into any branches around here. Not Barclays.
Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not a branch anyway. This is central.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exeter Dublin. That's where we went to once we can.
Right. Right, the Devon communities, there's the proxy vote, which obviously you've got a copy of there for you to have a look at, and that's on the agenda. Devon communities sent a survey out. They're talking about doing a subscription service for social media engagement.
Oh.
So I took the liberty of doing the survey, and I've rejected the proposal. They were talking about a starting fee of £100 a month, unless you were a start-up, going up to £200 a month for certain size businesses.
I have one word for that.
Yeah, don't say it. Live streaming.
No was the word I was going to use, but well,
and they were also talking about charging between £60 and £150 for an online 3-hour training session. So I've said there's no way on earth we would be paying that fee.
no.
So
I mean, the website does all that we need it to do.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And Wendy's improving it bit by bit, so,
yeah.
you know.
I'm waiting for dates for a meeting for Alison Holmes. We've done a bit of email tennis going backwards and forwards. So I'll come back to you as soon as I've got that, and I've reiterated it that we would very much like their donation.
Yeah, we spent the donation, we'd like it now.
Yeah, I told them. Right. We had lots and lots of positive responses about the hog roasting and fireworks. So nice comments on Facebook and on the night itself. Right, what else do we need to know?
I take it they were all around the actual vicinity, were they? The complaints?
No, these were compliments.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Haven't had a solitary complaint.
Upset was an understatement, because he thought he was going to get the village hall, and we got the village hall, we did get the village hall.
Yes, yeah, that's...
He was quite angry about that.
I was too.
Oh, he didn't say
Yeah,
anything.
Trevor, yeah.
You know, I said we booked the village hall. We should have the village hall open.
bought and paid for. Bought and paid
That'll
for.
that'll come up at the village hall meeting.
Can we have a conversation after that?
Pardon?
Because I'd like to know more about that. That's personal interest. Right. Richard asked me to raise about the flagpole. There's a bit of correspondence been going backwards and forwards about the flagpole. So, in a nutshell, the parochial church council are happy for a temporary flagpole to go up.
All right.
And the position of it would need to be agreed with the church warden.
Okay.
They just need to get it verified by the insurers that there wouldn't be an issue with their cover, but I can't see that being a problem.
Well, we'll have to check hours for that if we're going to do it.
Yeah. But if a permanent one would create quite a lot of complexity with legal shenanigans and expenses and what have you. There are a couple of other options. The village green, they did look into the options for the village green, but you'd need formal planning permission for it, and it's probably not the right place for it in any case. But somebody else has suggested that it could perhaps go in the allotments, because it would actually be visible as you sort of turn the corner entering the village. So that is something that perhaps, I don't know what your views are on that, but that might be worth having a look at.
There's nothing to stop it going into the field, as we own the field. If we spoke to the tenant, we could put it in the end, right on the corner, right on Bowden Cross.
Yeah.
But it's not in the village.
No.
I did think that if it's in the corner of the churchyard where we said,
Yeah.
and the trees are in full leaf, from lower down the village road, just from down by the old village hall, I don't think you'd see it.
You mightn't. I don't know what the answer is, Barbara. It's going to have to be, if you're going to, well, either you're not going to have one or you're going to have to compromise on where it goes.
My own concern is you put one up and then somebody's got to be responsible for doing it.
Yeah, I'm not worried too much about that.
The Barrys don't come along every 5 minutes to look after the light.
Well,
Yeah, that's the trouble, isn't it?
when we,
Another chore.
do you want to, oh, we haven't got any of that on here, have we?
We'll bring in a member's report.
Yeah, and we'll have a vote on it then and make a
Well,
decision.
I mean, I can put it under, we can have it as part of the coronation, because I guess that's when the next flag waving
Oh,
requirement
coronation,
will be.
yeah, 774, yeah, we'll bring it up under that and we'll
Okay.
make a decision on it tonight.
Okay,
Because we've
fine.
gone round and round this subject enough.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you said last time, is there no chance that you can go on the church toilet?
No.
There might be the nail that kind of, or the thing that makes the thing fall down.
I spoke to Roger about it and he said definitely no.
Okay, I'm waiting for the insurance company to come back about the fitness equipment. We are
Okay.
going to have an increased premium
I don't doubt that.
for in public liability and for potential damage to the equipment as well.
Yeah.
So I will let you know as soon as I've got that in.
That will also need to go on to our asset register.
It's on there, yeah, it's on there.
Does that include my zip wire?
Your zip wire.
No. I don't know if we get insurance.
I'm not sure we can afford that
insurance for
I
insurance.
might put the insurance up a bit.
Yeah, a lot of it, don't you? You have a word with Dickie Gilbert and we'll see if we can stick it onto his bridge.
Right, Torres Council, they've just sent through a housing and economic land availability assessment request. So I'm just going back to previous ones. There was a bit of a garbled message that we've somehow combined some fields, I'm not quite sure, but I don't know if there's anything new that we need to factor in or just what we've submitted.
Can I read that one?
It's a blank form for completion.
Oh, yeah, all right.
You sent out something today from Torres regarding 11 sites that they've highlighted.
Yes.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was a bit miffed because I thought, well, we've talked about a piece of land that we
Yeah.
want for social housing.
No, it's not.
And I think that we ought to be writing to our district councils and saying, why the bloody hell is it not?
I was
It was
going
on
to.
the local plan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's mainly car parks they're talking about building on.
yeah,
They're getting,
it's Torridge's own land they're talking about building on, but
yeah.
we can provide land with the right conditions. I'm a bit concerned about houses being sold on, but you know, I need to give Phil a ring, I think is the answer. I don't get much response from t'other end, so
Right.
I'll
also,
give.
sorry.
I quite agree with you, Andrew. But trouble is, once the Torres District Council get their agreement,
I'm not intending that, George.
Chair, I know you want to talk to Phil, but I think we ought to formally write to the leader of the council, pointing out the fact that we've got some land and we were never asked.
No.
You know, I think we ought to offer a few things.
I haven't got any objection to a letter as well, but I want to get hold of Phil because he was dealing with that housing subject when I spoke to him last time,
Yeah.
and it's
You
they've
do
only
both
just.
sides, really.
Sorry.
You can do both.
Oh, yeah.
I think we ought to write to the leader of the council, saying we've received this information. We've also got some land that's available for social housing. Perhaps you'd like to talk to us about it.
Okay.
That's it.
I mean, Phil did know it, and it's on the plan.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him for months, have we?
We haven't. No, I don't know why.
Or we haven't seen our county council system.
If they're planning to kind of build on top of on car parks, that would be
They
another
are.
sensible plan.
Have you looked at the list?
No, I didn't get a chance.
Yeah, have a look down through the list. They're not talking about many houses either.
No,
Oh,
no.
God, isn't it?
I know, to be fair, we're not talking about many houses either.
No, but
We're only
they
talking half a dozen.
yeah, but I think if we did the whole field, we'd have encompassed all of their
Oh, yeah, I'm
proposals.
sure we have, but to be fair, Chair, we're
No,
only
no.
talking about half.
Oh yeah. Well, we were talking about stage building, weren't we? as far as I'm aware, rather than doing it all in one fell swoop. But yes, we need to jump in on that particular bit.
Okay. The Plough have sent a note round today, just reiterating that they're still seeking funding, because I think people have questioned the fact they've recently been awarded a grant of £120,000 for the next 3 years, but they've actually come out and reiterated they still need local support, and can people please divert some of their budgets to them. So just for info, and just...
We've done that before. We've given some money before.
They were in dire straits then, though, Jim. Yeah, but they were in dire straits because all the...
Yeah, they're still in dire straits.
Yeah, but I haven't seen any... I haven't looked at their budgetary statement. They're always asking for money.
Well,
every year since they were formed, they've been asking for money.
If you go along there, Chair, you will see...
The Plough.
I have been in there several times.
Recently...
The Plough.
Oh, the Plough. Oh, God, they've been asking money since...
Since-
Their ordinances are down, the acts are being pulled out because, you know, in terms of people not going back to the theatre, they're really up in dead trouble.
A few years ago, they were in awful trouble, and that was all. That's why we gave them some money.
I don't see any reason why we can't give them some
Well,
money again.
I'd like to see the bit on their finances first before we did that. I'm sorry, but
Well,
you can openly give money to half the world.
yeah,
Sorry?
we have to be considered when we put our budget together then.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see some form of
Yeah.
statement from them on how much they're short.
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
That's all. That's all. We ask it of everybody else, Jim,
Yeah.
and everybody's got to comply by the same rules.
They don't do it, Chair.
Well, they do try. I admit there ain't many that
Trying
don't.
not doing it is a different thing, isn't it?
Well, I don't know what you're. I don't know.
On the agenda for when we put the budget together.
Yeah, but I don't know who you're referring to as not putting the budget in when they've asked for grants. Do you want to clarify that?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to consider, can you put it on the agenda when we discuss the budget?
It can go on the agenda, of course it can.
There is a bit on the agenda for just as a leading into budgets and planning for, because I need some info. Right, and the only other couple of things, I have got the history group books to send into the North Devon Records Office and the archive, and I have got the remembrance wreath,
Okay,
and that's it.
excellent.
There's some more.
One other thing that came up regarding the police inquiry office.
Yeah.
The list of towns, that's Cornwall and Devon Cornwall Police Force, and now we're going to put an inquiry office. We still haven't got an inquiry office in Bidford.
No, I know.
And I think we should be writing to the, kicking them and saying, and copying our MP saying we should have an inquiry office. If Timothy can have one, we should have one.
They are talking about opening more, aren't they?
They
They're
are
on there.
talking about
But
it, but
it's
not in
costing
this
an awful
year.
lot of money to open each one, isn't it? So.
We don't raise it.
Yeah.
Yeah, by all means.
I mean, the office is there, in Carswell and things.
So I think we ought to write to the police, what's it called?
Commissioner.
Police Commission, and copy an RMP as well.
I've got a new chief constable too.
No, waste of time then.
He's only been there a
They,
week.
they did away with the police commissioner. We might be able to afford a bit more. Right, that was correspondence. Budgetary control report.
Right, well, the position as it's September, I've just quickly got it on screen now. I will send this through to you separately because you're not going to be able to read this now, but I just want to highlight just a couple of things. We are over on a few budgets, some of them we knew all about and won't be a surprise. But we are quite low on the bank account, although it looks quite healthy at the moment. As at the end of September, it was 16,500 in credit in the general account. When all the checks have gone through, we're looking at about 2.5.
Right.
And as far as I can tell, there are no significant payments coming in this side of our year end.
There won't be, I don't suppose.
Because we've had preset and
Field-
it'll only be a few
Field rents.
allotments and things like that.
Uh,
There's one money that
there's-
goes in this calendar.
There
There's
is,
plenty of money.
it's 74,000 altogether.
Yeah.
Thornhill Heads 8,000, savings 47.3.
Yeah.
So, it needs to be
Yeah.
transferred over, but we need to make a decision as to what you want to transfer and when, really.
Are there any field rentals due? Because Eric just happened to say something to me about he thought
There are a couple coming up. I can't remember offhand which one.
it's
There was one in last month for £60, but they're not big amounts.
no, but there are. Aren't the rentals twice a year, once a year, twice a year? And I don't know whether Pat's explained that to you and whether you've got it in for sending the bills out or receiving monies in.
They were just coming in automatically from what I saw.
Yeah, they shouldn't be.
Right.
And we've
It's
also
a-
got money from the last town, there's more money from that.
From,
That comes in two lots.
sorry, from who?
The last comes in two lots. Thornhill Head House, Thornhill Head House.
The mast.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Right.
I take it we've had the second of the rates payment.
The precepts money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that came in at the end of September. Yeah.
Well, I guess
Okay.
if we need
So-
to move
so-
some
so-
across, you can, can't you?
Yeah. What have we spent the money on so much then that brought us all of a sudden down to that? Anything in particular?
Well, the checks that are outstanding, obviously, there's a big one for the fitness equipment. Although we had the grant in, that's sort of gone out in other things.
All right. So that's come in and gone
so
out,
that's
is it?
come in and gone out, and then the checks that are outstanding at the moment amount to about 14.4, something like that.
Right.
So as I say, it doesn't leave an awful lot in the bank account at the
Okay.
moment.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we'll have to transfer some money. That's all.
yeah. So is there a specific amount that you?
Yeah.
Well, you want to cover that. You need to cover that and a bit more besides. So you want 20 grand, don't you?
Yeah, 20, 15, 20.
Yeah.
You know,
20 to make sure you got enough in there. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. It's not earning any money where it is.
No,
so
it's not. No. Okay, that's fine. I'll do that.
You might as well make sure we got enough.
Yeah. So the only other thing to highlight is when the budget was first done, the expenditure versus income, the anticipated shortfall was £10,000 anyway for the year, because our precept didn't cover, and odds and ends didn't cover the expenditure by lots of things. And year to date, we're not there, but we're heading there.
Right, well, we need a budget statement then, Joe,
Yeah.
with with all of it for the predictions for the year and where we are now.
Yeah. I only
And,
got October's statement today,
Yeah.
so
I know it's awful trying to get statements.
yeah. So I will I'll get that done and send it out
If
to
you
you
could.
separately.
Yeah, then we can have a look, because we've got all these grants coming up as well.
Yeah.
So we need to know what's going on with that. We need to probably cost that. Whether we need to put more than 20,000 in, I don't know.
Well, we have had some grants in. We had 3,500 in September, August and September
Yeah,
for
no.
grants.
Okay.
So I think we've pretty much spent what's there, and one of the grants I think covers some of the emergency equipment.
Yeah.
So that we haven't purchased yet.
Okay.
When do we give the money to the graziers?
When we get round to it. We haven't done anything as regards that for quite some time.
Do we,
That's usually a twice a year job, but I can't tell you which month it is because I can't remember.
I'll have a look. I'll put together a proper statement. As I say, it was a bit of a last minute thing, so I didn't have the
But
statement
that's a
before.
paying out thing. I'm not worried about that because that comes out of the Thornhill account.
Yeah, yeah.
That doesn't come out of the parish council. That's immaterial. There's hundreds of money in there for deal with that.
That's fair.
How much is in, just got off, you know, how much is in the Thornhill account?
8, just over 8, 8.1, I think.
Yeah, the rest is put away.
So sorry, the rest, where's the rest? In the 40?
47,000.
Yeah, 47.3 in the savings. So I mean, we're not we're not bankrupt.
No, not
But
at all.
it's just in the wrong place at the moment.
No, not
Just
at
over
all.
Wistra or something.
Okay. Anything else on that?
No, thank you.
We've got fireworks event summary and learning points. Pat picked some wonderful fireworks.
They were really good, weren't
They
There was
were.
a lot of them.
He told me that they cost 350 quid,
Well, I can imagine that.
but they were excellent fireworks.
Andrew and I had a good chuckle as soon as they started. The first one that went off,
Bang, bang, yeah.
So that'll teach some people that moan.
Two of them couldn't find the fuse.
Sorry, Keith.
Yeah, he couldn't light two of them.
Hey?
He couldn't light two of them.
Yeah, couldn't light.
No.
Oh, can I?
No, couldn't find a fuse for them,
Couldn't find the fuse.
Oh,
which is a bit of a pity.
chuck them in the brazier.
Learning points. Well, I would have said that there was more that could have been done. It's a great disappointment that somebody didn't use the event to earn a bit of cash. The bit that they made for the village hall must have been pretty poor. Yeah, but they only did beer. They didn't do anything else.
The final total, but yeah, it was looking pretty good.
Yeah, but they only did beer. There was enough to do. You could have done all sorts of events if you'd have minded to.
Like what?
You need people to do it.
I know you do, and nobody wanted to do it. That's the trouble, which is a bad state of affairs for what's coming in the future.
So what do you think we should have done there?
Well, there's all sorts of sideshows you could have done. You had an apple dunking, marshmallows. You could have done all these little things.
I don't think that's what people want these days.
I don't know. You don't know. But
Yeah, I don't.
but
The only
what you're
feedback-
saying is you didn't want to do it.
No.
That's the problem. Is everybody says, "Oh, they don't want to do that." It's because they don't want to do it.
To be fair, there were lots of people there with children, and
Yeah.
often everybody is short of money.
I'm not arguing with that.
People
It didn't have to be dear.
just to go to something that was free.
It didn't have to be dear.
Yeah, just to go out.
You
Lots
know.
of people was either there to thank me and said it was wonderful.
I just.
I think we could have had, my view is we could have had a few more fireworks, it'd be nice, but the fireworks we have are very good.
Yeah.
Trevor's going to bring up about the village hall.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go off the deep end about this either. Let's just keep some water a bit smooth. People are too fond of finding fault and causing ill feeling.
With what? Sorry.
Well, to be fair, we've not had any negative comments at all back from, the only negative comments are here now.
I understand there was an apology from the van that was selling the food because they hadn't realised it was going to be so successful because they apologised that they were a bit slow.
It was a bit of a long queue, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
To be honest, Joe and I talked about the numbers before and I said we'd love to put it to one. We got over that.
Maybe.
I think
Let's
people
just keep
people
quiet and
enjoyed
make
it.
honest village hall thing as well.
Well, we
I
paid
quite
for
agree,
it.
Perhaps the village hall should have been open, but it was a beautiful evening. Nobody needed to go in. There were loads of wet roots around, and if they'd gone in and trailed all around the village hall, somebody would have had to spend the whole day Saturday cleaning that.
We haven't paid anything for the village hall, so I need to clarify that first of all. We haven't paid anything.
Right. Well, we'd expected to pay because we booked it.
Well, I don't think anything was communicated. My only conversation was about having a bar in there, and we said that we would open the hall if the weather was very bad. But
Oh.
because we had such a fine evening, everybody was just happy outside.
My understanding is it was booked with Dawn and it was already booked on the calendar.
It was booked out, but nothing's been communicated to them as to what was being put
Okay.
on inside.
Well,
So-
that's another failure then that we need to address if you do it again.
Well, if you've got an expectation, I mean, the thing is, if that was something that parish council was supposed to be putting on, then collectively that needed to be happening here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's something that we need to address.
Yeah.
If either we want the village hall in its entirety or we don't, and that's something we need to do within the planning. Should we do it again? That's all. That's all I'm saying. I beg your pardon. Well, we might not do it necessarily. It might be the playing field. Could be anybody.
Well, yeah, but they can do it for free, right?
Well, not on.
I just thought it went down very well.
Yeah.
And kids loved it.
Yeah.
The other thing
I
that
think they did.
The other thing that wants
It was a
addressing,
good evening.
excuse me, the other thing that wants addressing is rubbish bins.
Rubbish bins. Where?
Rubbish bins around the field or close to the entrance.
Well, we've got bins to go up, haven't we?
Well, I climbed in the skip and picked out all of the cartons that the pork was in. Because all they did, people just dumped them in the skip.
Because they thought it was just a skip, I suppose.
Well, yeah, but you can't dump
No.
food stuff and
No.
that in the skip. It was hired for a different purpose, not to take our rubbish. I'm not arguing with that, Jim, but all I'm saying is that if should an event occur again, we need some bags around to collect the rubbish up.
You're just making a list, are you not?
I am.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's all.
is that because it's only by experience that you learn.
Yeah.
But that's precisely the object of this on the agenda, is just to mention these things. But we need to deal with that, because there won't be a skipper next time.
The agenda for next year, fine, leave one, but
Well, I'm not going on about it, it's just, it says here, learning points at the end of this statement.
Yeah, fair enough.
The only other bit of feedback I had is that no, we didn't have any guys.
No, they
We
didn't, no.
have any guys, is kids don't know what guys are. And a lot of the parents apparently had to Google it.
What?
Seriously. So I think,
It don't come as a surprise.
I think we left that too late, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I think that was far too late to try and get them to do it.
To be fair to everybody, the problem was we lost the parish council due to the funeral. And that really did put us out of kilter for a couple of weeks.
It did, yeah. But,
So, I mean, we were 2 or 3 weeks behind with our planning as
Yeah.
soon as that happened.
I can't believe the parents didn't know what a guy was. Okay.
Never.
I've never made one.
Sorry?
I've never made one.
No, but you know what one is.
Yeah, but it wasn't even a thing when I was a kid, really.
Okay,
Flirt scarer.
yeah.
Okay, moving swiftly on.
Right, let's move on. Fitness, equipment, insurance, you've done that. So you're awaiting a quote on that before we know where we are.
We've got the only problem we've got is open and people are using it. Does that make a difference? It's really.
Well, I suppose once you've declared it as being our equipment, we'd be covered anyway, won't we?
have we declared it?
Yeah.
We've declared it, yeah. I don't know whether the cover will
I think
kick in until we pay the premium then. That's the thing.
I think it probably will, because we're covered quite a bit.
Well, we would have been.
Yeah.
Well, Joe's in the process of dealing with that now.
Well, do we need to vote it off until we got insurance?
I mean,
Good luck with that.
It was off, wasn't it? We only opened it up on Friday.
I went through there on Saturday along with that, and there were loads of kids in playing on it.
Kids were in there when it was fenced off.
Mr. Chair, can we ask Joe to write a letter to every insurance, this is happening, or bring them confirm, and then
It's-
so that the extra money,
Yeah, I will check on when the cover starts.
that tomorrow?
Yeah.
And whatever it is, you pay it.
Yeah.
Remembrance Sunday?
Well, I've just put that on there because I don't know if there's anything that the parish council has to do. As I say, I've got
No.
the wreath.
Just the wreath, just chairman lays the wreath usually,
Yeah,
that's all.
and somebody does that, that's all right.
Are you, what are you going to do with the wreath? Are you up here on Sunday or?
Yeah, can be, yeah.
That'll do then,
Yeah.
okay.
So, sorry, the parish council will be represented on, I'm away, sorry.
Yeah, I should be here.
You will.
Yeah. I expect Jim will as well. Jim's in, yeah, you did, yeah.
You were ill, so you were.
Exactly. No, I was ill then. Okay. Emergency plan meeting confirmation.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we are definitely getting together on the 24th of November for this emergency plan meeting.
I guess so.
What date is it?
24th, Thursday the 24th.
24th of November.
Yeah, it's the other parish council meeting.
Well, they really think the wine reviews are, it's quite a document. And last year, everybody reads it before they go to the meeting.
Yeah, I'll have to find
that-
my copy again.
Is that going to be 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
Or- yeah.
Well, unless you want a different time.
Oh, 7 o'clock, otherwise it gets all too late.
Chair, you voiced the opinion to me that you wanted other people along as well. You've got to make sure they
I
come.
thought,
No, not for this meeting. This needs to, because we need to bottom out whatever the issues are with location and everything else.
well, I thought we wanted the village hall and the chapel representative here to sort out which building.
Well, this, we, we need to have an internal meeting first because it's going to look very unprofessional if we have.
But we need to know whether either building is available, because we're making an assumption of which building is available, and we've got no confirmation of that by the owners.
Well, I'd already contacted both, and as far as we were concerned, we were moving towards this is the proposal. And it was only a meeting or so ago that we suddenly had this sort of pushback.
Well,
So I think we need to get some of these things bottomed out. This can't be a public forum.
Okay. Yeah, to be fair, the building has rumbled round for several months on which one it should be. I know what your plan says, but that has rumbled round. So yeah, all right, I need to have a meeting of it.
So this meeting is going to be the
Parish council
emergency.
meeting.
This is the working group in the parish council.
And the parish council. Yeah.
And then
Remind me, who's on your team now?
Hen, Lou and Lee, it's 4 of us.
And what about Alan,
He wasn't part of the working group.
Because?
because,
I don't know, he wasn't part of the working group.
well, it was,
Okay. Right,
well, the working group must have been put together at some stage.
Yeah, it was on the first meeting.
Did he not come?
I don't know what conversation took place. It was between, Pat had a conversation with him. I don't know what was said, Jim. I wasn't privy to the conversation. What we ended up with was a working group of 4.
okay,
Can I have a
come on.
emergency plan?
Yeah,
Is this aimed for this year, next year, year after?
won't be this year.
Pardon?
Won't be this year.
So not this year, so.
Year after.
Yeah,
It's got to be the year after.
because you can cut out lots of meetings by, like you said, originally having people involved, whatever.
Well,
If you want to drag it on and do.
I know. I mean,
That's fine. I just want to know, so it is for next year or the year after?
it's got to be next. It's got to be next year,
Yeah,
George.
that's what I'm talking about. Do you want me to discuss under members' reports, or what, I have got? Prices for and ideas for this, or do I bring it up? 20 on the 24th. I'll bring it on the 24th. Right, sir.
Yeah, don't do it all now. Let's have a good thrash out between ourselves and get things nailed down.
Right, that's fine.
Coronation of King Charles, when we come back to the flagpole, do we?
Yeah, and
And-
also just to highlight, you've probably seen, but the bank holiday has been confirmed. It was
Yeah,
confirmed
I
this
saw
week,
it was.
So it's Monday the 8th of May.
Yeah.
So I have booked the village hall for the Saturday, Sunday and Monday. It's just penciled in at the moment so that we can decide what we want to do on which day and then obviously drop the other two.
I don't know what the expectations are for the coronation.
Well, I was going to set up a meeting once we knew whether we were having a bank holiday or we weren't having a bank holiday. But I would suggest, given the proximity to Christmas now, it's probably going to be something for January to get people together and decide what they want to do.
I
We
see.
still have 4 months to do something.
I see he had some eggs for his tea.
Is,
He did today.
is the,
He
with
never
all that
enjoyed
coronation mugs, I mean, are they issuing kids century with coronation mugs, or are we going to do more mugs again?
I mean, it would be us that does them anyway. The government won't be issuing any, will they?
I remember what happened when
I don't know, I wouldn't bore.
you got one?
Yeah, I got one somewhere.
He's toning it down anyway.
He is, yeah. But it's a question of whether we want to do a coronation mug.
Yeah. I mean,
Thoughts on the subject?
well, if we did anything, that sounds like a
Well,
sensible
put it this
idea.
way, Chair, if we find out that nobody else is providing a coronation mug, we really support us. I'm a Republican, but I mean, yeah, we ought to give the kids a...
Yeah.
He'd be a valuable commodity in 50 years' time.
Yeah, especially if nobody else does it.
Nobody else does it.
You can have a bid on the ones I've got at home then.
But we really need to find out what's happening there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's much information out there, to be quite honest.
I saw something, I can't remember if it was something on Dog or something. Is that around the time when the elections will be happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's the Monday the 8th, because the elections are on the 4th.
On the 4th?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thursday the 4th.
No, that's why you need to make a decision on a mug now. You may not get a chance otherwise.
None of us might be here.
I don't know.
See how many mugs we get
Can
on the
we- can
parish
we-
council.
Can we just have a shifty round and see what there is in the way of coronation mugs being advertised? The last lot I think Pat got from, it wasn't from Dowk, it was Nauk, wasn't it? Or on
I think
the,
Leslie's got all the information still.
yeah, Leslie will have it, yeah. Well, Pat will have it, Leslie will have it, yeah. I don't think there was a grant last time, but I mean, it's all relevant. I mean, we're not skint. We've got some money, and
We ought to spend it because the old ones will be after us.
well, it's not a coronation mug or two around the parish won't go amiss, will they?
No.
The other one's got shifted fairly quick. I don't think he's got
We
any
did
left
quite
at
through
all.
that, didn't we?
For your information, the last coronation, all the children had a pen with a crown on the top that lived in the area. Every child had one.
Okay,
Just to suggest, only tell you what happened last time.
I've got a mug at home
Yeah, I've got a mug as well.
that I think I was.
Actually, just got pens.
I think I was, either my mother bought it or we were given a mug. And I've got one that she was given when she was young.
I haven't got one.
Well, it's at home, so I know there's one there, but it's just a
Got
thought.
one somewhere, but I can't remember.
Right, what do you want to do about this flagpole?
I'm not in favour of it at all. There you go. That's my view.
Right, that's okay. You don't have to be. George, yes or no? And where? Yes, no, and where?
I would like to say yes, but I can see problems from it.
Like?
So if it's any different than what the parish council is now, we have enough trouble getting anybody to do anything. Bar the foo that's here, we would just be making the job for somebody else.
The general worries it.
Over there. Over there.
Yeah, yeah.
The old village hall.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he would. Yeah, that's what Nick.
I mean,
While he's still here.
let's, if you want to do a temporary one, if you want to do a temporary flagpole, I can suggest the easiest way is a length of pipe and a few wire ties and go up Burden Cross and wire tie it to one of the concrete posts around the fencing.
I think.
And you can put it up for the coronation. And then you can go up and cut the wire ties and take it down again and it'll never be seen again. And the same thing could happen whenever you want these sorts of occasions. It won't be a permanent fixture. It won't be something with flags going up and down a pole every other week.
Somebody's got to do like that.
How many complaints did we have that we ain't got?
I've only seen 2 people comment on Facebook. I've not heard anything directly.
No, I can imagine.
There was a bit of a debate on Facebook.
I know where it's. I know who wants it. And
I think for me, I mean, not other way really, but if you're going to have it, you just want a temporary one for like a time of the kind of the coronation. I don't think you certainly don't want it up all the time.
Then you've got to buy a flag.
You gonna buy a flag?
flagging,
If you bought a flag, you may as well.
flagging,
Down and fly that.
flagging, dear, but that's not the point.
No.
I move we don't go, Chair. Let's get this out.
Well, I was gonna. Well, you're gonna have to stick your hand in the air if you want it. I think we're gonna have this decision tonight. Yeah, I'm sorry, George, but it's either for or against, and we can't go on. So,
I mean, Parkham just had some. They just had a temporary thing outside the church, which was a bit of scaffolding pole. That's all.
well, that's
they
what I'm
had.
suggesting up Burden Cross.
Yeah.
Just a piece of pipe with a flag
Right.
on it and wire tie it to the post.
Yeah, but I think I mean, it's not going to survive much up Buckland Cross, is it? Really?
Yeah,
If you
well,
put-
yeah, but
if you put it, I think it would need to be down here somewhere.
you only want it for the coronation, for the
Yeah.
day of for the week of the coronation, and then you want one for when he pops his clogs.
Sorry, can I?
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you can't, either in the corner or whatever, the top playing, I don't know what you call them these days, top playing field or bottom playing field?
Oh,
None at all.
none at all.
Apart
We
from,
can't,
there's nothing to stop you doing anything you like, but
and,
other people have commented that it's too far away from the centre of the village.
well, it's kind of like the organist.
Well, yes, you could.
He's in that, I don't understand why, you can't just drive one blooming great pole straight down through the churchyard, one place, he's at the wall.
Because of it's
Because-
consecrated it's consecrated ground to start with, which causes problems. What I suggested was to make a
I
flagpole.
know, well, what's the difference? Yeah, that's,
Well, I would have held it down by sort of 3 spikes about that long.
yeah, but you still got to go through consecrated ground, isn't it?
Yeah, but it ain't going to touch anybody's underneath.
That's a bit easier than having a permanent structure. Then.
Yeah, and you just took it down again.
Look really right in the corner against the shed.
I know.
I don't think it
I'm
makes
with
any
you.
difference to
I'm
it.
with you, but
I don't think I should bother with it altogether.
No,
I said that.
really,
I said that at the beginning
Yeah.
when they started. You know,
I-
because it's all very well. We're making work for somebody else who got to do it.
Right.
Once it's there.
You could make,
those four
for what?
to having a flagpole of any description.
Sorry, there's been a motion,
Yeah,
for, I didn't hear it, for not having a flag.
yeah, that's the same thing, but not having a flagpole.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Deal with that. I can't be
I mean, I
bothered
think
with
that's what I
arguing.
said in the first place, actually. What about it?
I ain't standing for it, so next time, so.
I'd quite happily make one, but I'm not fighting everybody on it. You either want it or you
I mean,
don't.
I mean, if we did have something down the village hall, there's nothing to stop us just putting scaffolding pole up and a flag, is there?
Well,
Can we ask Joe to check on Facebook for next month that we're not going to get on?
No, we
No.
I will notice. if we need to put one up, we can always temporarily put up down immediately to you, can't we?
I could build one quite easily, and you know. But yeah, okay.
Yes,
yeah.
please.
I don't know why we'd. Yeah, righto.
Move on.
Fire service survey, which I've got in my hand here that Joe's
There'll be
passed
plenty of
me.
remarks on Facebook, yeah.
The only thing to highlight on that is I did do that. It's open to everybody, so every resident in Devon can actually do that. I did do it. It's got the usual questions about quality of service and what have you. But the key question is how much residents would be happy for their council tax to go up by.
Yeah,
And there are
0.
4 options. 0 increase, 1%, which is 92 pence a year for a Band D property. 1.99%, which is an increase of £1.83 a year, or an increase of £5 a year. And those are the 4 options that it gives you in the survey.
Yeah, okay.
Well, when the cutbacks happen, it'll be...
I having looked at it, I don't think we don't need to do it as a parish council, but you might want to do it as
Yeah, I'm not
individuals.
certain that as a parish council we should respond to that. I think it's
No.
more of an individual thing. Everybody's paying their own council tax.
Yeah, but it'd be Ruth.
Devon Communities AGM.
You just got the proxy voting form there.
Do we need a proxy voting form, or is David dealing with it? What are you doing, David, as regards?
Well, no, this is Devon Communities, this is different than Dole, isn't it? Because we've had the AGM. for
Oh, beg your
Dole,
pardon.
yeah.
Well, yeah, so you're not involved in the community one
Well,
at
no,
all?
when is it?
17th of November at Devon Young Farmers Hub, Cheriton
right.
Bishop.
I gotta
You
go
can register and attend virtually if you want.
Somebody else to vote on your behalf, submit this proxy form.
Just have a look.
Um,
17th, did you say?
17,
When? What time?
4:30 at the annual general meeting.
Well, I mean, do we have much to do with them there these days?
Only when we want to.
I mean, I don't mind going down.
The most important thing on this proxy form are the individuals. And to be quite honest, I don't know any of them.
No. That's the usual thing, isn't it?
To agree a proposal that Charlotte Goff stands as treasurer, election of Matthew Dodd, election of William Stiles, re-election of Vic Ebden, adopt the financial statement, agree the appointment of Francis Clark.
So, I
as
mean,
auditors.
I guess if anybody went, you'd have to book us in, I suppose.
From the previous correspondence and that, it looks like we always send in a proxy form. It doesn't look like, last few years certainly, it's never been attended. It's been sent in like that.
I'm not certain any of this can be. We don't know any of them.
No, that's the thing, isn't it?
You know,
Well, we don't have to submit
No.
anything.
I don't know that it's one way or the other, to be quite honest.
Right.
Don't know.
Okay, won't respond. Fine.
That's fine. If you wanted anybody to go, I could have went if you wanted.
You can still go if you want.
Well, I'm not that desperate, but if it was felt useful. So.
I mean, we used them when we did the assessment of the field. They came and talked to us about the social housing, didn't they?
And we did have quite a lot of involvement with the hall, didn't we? With
Yeah, I mean, they are a useful organisation, and you know,
And the parish plan.
yes.
the parish plan.
So, I mean, they come and help when they need to, but whether you want to bother with that is another matter. If you want to go AGM,
Can I have a look?
of course you can.
Should I have a look and
You make
see
your mind. If you would like to go, you go.
Yeah, no, I'll
If
let
you want to
know.
fill the proxy form, you go.
I'll forward you the details.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Field and Allotment Subcommittee.
That was just because, I'm sorry, it was my fault
No,
about
no.
the meeting, but I just wanted to know if there is a need for a separate subcommittee meeting, or if you wanted to cover it in the next parish council meeting. And if you want a separate meeting, when would you like to meet?
What was the outcome of the meeting? I
Well,
wasn't
there was a couple of points that was brought up there.
Yeah.
I think, Trev, my own view is that it's useful to have a meeting because it's open to the public, it enables a lot of others to come. And the last one we had, I thought was quite successful in that sense.
So,
So I think we ought to have another meeting. Not for the sake of having a meeting, but it enables the allotment owners to come if they want to.
it does that, that's true.
And I think that's good PR. to be honest with you.
I think we should look at the
I don't think
what the wording is for like the sheds and polytools, because you know
Right,
what has happened, they've taken down a shed and putting up a new one in the same place,
Let's,
and it should be, in my opinion, if they put in a new one up, he should be down against the hedge, not against the path.
hang on. Let's sort out one thing at a time. We need a date if we're going to have a meeting.
January sometime. No good doing anything next month.
Can we do that?
I
Can you
know
fix-
it's going to be on a Monday, wasn't it? So if I go for,
Yeah, go for Monday.
say
Don't
Monday,
really
January.
matter.
I'll leave you to fix a day.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of new people who've got allotments. and
the-
it's- it may be.
As regards Trevor's point, we could do with sending out the rules of the allotment again. You should have got a set. Because I think some of those want updating.
You know,
or,
if it's something,
hang on, I think
Yeah.
that needs to come round to parish councillors. And if we've got a meeting in January to sort out the
Yeah.
allotments, we can deal with it prior to that.
Put
We
it
can
on
put it
for
on the
next meeting.
agenda for the next meeting
Yeah.
to update those rules.
Okay.
Or run through them anyway and decide if they do need updating.
Well, we won't have, I'm jumping the gun, but if we can keep to the usual form, our normal parish council meeting in January is given over to
Budget.
fixing the budget.
Yeah,
And we move the normal parish council meeting
To
to the 24th, so that's fourth Thursday of the month. To have our normal parish council meeting and use that as a wash-up in terms of any dotted and I crosses and T's we've got to do regarding our budget, because you've got to submit that by, is it usually by the 31st of January?
We haven't had a date yet.
Yeah, it's our precept. Yeah.
They did say some councils are asking for it by the end of December.
I missed that.
Some councils are asking for it by the end of December, but I'm not aware that that's happened in our patch.
No.
But certainly elsewhere in the country, they get earlier.
yeah,
The district council does it for us. We don't do it.
yeah. We don't. I mean,
we don't do it through the county.
we only submit bits and pieces. They will,
We submit the precept what we want.
yeah, what we'd like, and they decide whether we're going to get it.
No, they don't.
Well, they do.
We submit a precept.
But-
That's what we have.
Yeah.
Going on, Trevor, sorry, are we
Go on.
decided, going on back on Trevor's point, I didn't hear what you wanted to finish what you said. So what are you saying, we're not discussing the allotments, points that Trevor's bringing up now until January, or?
Yeah.
What I'm
We're not discussing it now?
no, but what I'm suggesting is Joe sends us out. I know what Trevor's talking about because he's mentioned it to me, which is to reinstate the fact that they are not trimming the hedges. They are not moving the buildings that we've talked about. The ones,
If we weren't to discuss it
all
now,
those bits and pieces. So the rules want to be looked at proper parish council meeting, which we can do next time.
fine, that's fine, that's all, I don't need extra work.
Okay.
Can I just one little thing, I just want to put in here. Fred gave up his field down the road, talked about turning it into a
Yeah.
growing trees and all this kind of thing, which I personally think is a bit stupid. And we're also now already hearing that the money isn't coming in fast enough. You're giving away rent that you could be, I know it's only a little bit, but every little bit helps. And I've sort of got a feeling, but we don't have to discuss it now, but perhaps we could think about it. I do have a feeling it's only about an acre and a bit. And quite honestly, if we turn it all into trees, it's going to be 30 years before they're absorbing the carbon they're supposed to. And you've tied up that ground for 60 years.
Well, I think that's something.
The one down the
No,
Jerry Vale Road.
I think that our fields need to come up under this field and allotment subcommittee. We need to have another.
So if you're talking like this, it's going to be a full parish council, not a subcommittee.
Yes.
Well, subcommittee put forward recommendations. Well, in that case, you've got to have it on the agenda.
Well, I think we're getting our wires crossed, George.
Sorry.
You're right. If we're going to discuss, I mean, trees and all the rest of it, because I thought that right there. As far as the fields are concerned, we can discuss that here. What was successful the last time we had a field allotment subcommittee was it enabled the allotment holders to come along.
Yeah,
and
that's what I thought,
participate.
yes.
So they're really two different issues.
Yes.
So Trevor says, right, we want to tighten up the rules, fine. Whether I agree with it doesn't matter. But he wants to tighten up the rules, fine. We also, if you hear what Barbara said, we need to have another sort of a review of the fields. Don't forget there's one part of the field we were going to use for housing, one of the fields. And I think we just ought to get in our minds clearly now, because we haven't talked about the fields for a long, long time, have we? And that can go on the agenda for the next meeting, Chair.
Well, we were going to ask Andrew Hayward about RH Hexaco to report, find out about
Thornley.
Yeah, we need.
everything, and in that with the rewild and regeneration and the carbon set off and all that, what's available in grants. I'm telling you, forget the trees. There's thousands of pounds out there.
We need to make a decision on what we're going to do with
Yeah,
the
that's not
field.
something-
But pardon?
That's not a subcommittee.
No,
Well,
George, I do think
That's why we've got it under fields and allotments. It should have started there, George, as a discussion and then come back to full parish council meeting.
Sorry, it should be full
Well, we disagree on that, but I don't care either way, to be quite honest. It doesn't matter as long as it gets discussed. Because we've got to make a decision on what happens with Fredsfield, which is sat there doing nothing.
But I guess
No rent. Ian earning no rent now.
No, well, that's what I say. We got to come to a decision on that because we've chewed around this here tree business,
yeah.
and we need to have a full and frank discussion on it and make a decision on which way we go with it.
And I guess we need to have some information too, don't we?
At a full meeting.
That's what we're just saying. We're going to put it on the agenda for next month. We'll put it on the agenda for next month.
should we not also get Andrew along to talk to us about
I don't think we need it. We need to make our own mind up first.
I think we need to know what it, like George is
I
saying,
don't think you
what's
do.
available.
I think you need to make your mind up what you want to do,
Yeah.
which is, look, George, either you want to plant trees or you don't want to plant trees, and if you don't want to plant trees, then we have to decide on what else we're going to do with it. So we need a discussion on the matter, and I don't see any point in us going further here now. It has to be done at the next meeting because we're not supposed to talk about it more than just generalisation. Go on.
We need advice before we can even discuss it. What's out there, what's available. Then we can discuss whether you have trees, you don't have trees, or whatever is out there. And unfortunately, what is out there, the information what is out there, is little scattered,
I know.
whatever. And I would like to think that Andrew, RH Hicks was asked to get it all together before he even gets here.
Yeah.
To what is available on on everything that is available other than farming and stuff.
Yeah, I agree, Chair.
I think we could also say, if he wants our business,
Pardon?
if he wants our business, he needs to get his arse in here.
I agree, Chair.
There are plenty of other people who around who would do the job, but you know.
So,
Okay.
Mr. Chair, you can ask
Yeah.
Councillor
Yeah.
what you can...
I will give him a ring tomorrow and get him.
Oh, you...
I'll give him a ring. I'll know it'll be done. I'll go and do it. I'll do it tomorrow. I know Andrew. I need to talk to Andrew.
We're not going to be involved with this then?
We don't need to be. I can just give him a ring
Okay, thank you.
and get him moving on it. Because we
Andrew.
there are two Andrews. Andrew Hayward works for. So I'll give him a ring because I'll give him a ring. Get that moving.
And if he doesn't know what, can't do it, then we're going to get somebody else, all right?
We'll sort out something else one way or t'other. We'll make a decision on that as well.
Thank you.
Anything else to come out of that? Right. Branding and profile.
The what?
This you're a bit here. I said about putting an emblem, and Joe and Wendy have come up with the bits that are on the agenda.
I see my secretary.
Can you explain it to?
Well, I thought it was still live.
I just realised I haven't got the right agenda here.
The idea is to have something that is sort of eye-catching, consistent colours, so that everything that goes out from the parish council looks the same regardless of the medium. And the shapes and things are based on
Thank you.
windows
The window.
on both churches, the window just here, and the top of the war memorial.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, it does tie in with Buckland Brewer, and
Yep.
also it's sort of a nod to the fact that it's a rural parish and fields and tractors and what have you. Now, I mean, this is only you know, a suggestion as a first start at it.
I quite like it, and I like the tractor down the bottom too. I'm quite happy with it. If everybody else is, I think it's a good idea. It's now case. It should be a case.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the colour scheme, everything is up.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think it's wonderful.
Looks all right to me.
Thanks to those involved.
Thank you, we will send everything out to that one then. Thank you.
23 budget and planning.
I've just put that on there for the simple reason that we need to start putting the budget together.
Yeah.
And it would be really helpful to know if there are any big ticket items that anybody's got in mind, any projects. And one of the things that's come out of my finance training particularly, but out of the general stuff, all the Zoom courses, it keeps being reiterated that parish councils should not be doing their own maintenance and repairs because there is a liability risk. And so if that is built in, that
is contradictory to the Devon County Council highways project that they have.
But to be fair, Chair, we more or less adopted that because
We did.
in terms of George managing the salt spreading, we heard all sorts of stories of parish councils investing in little tiny spreaders and putting them
They did, yeah.
and all sorts. And we said, no, we're not going to do that. We'll get a proper contractor to do it for us. And I think, you know, in my view, that's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're involved in it anyway, and it is. You're not allowed to work on the highway without some training anyway and the right equipment.
I mean, the idea
But-
of Devon County Council was going to fill in our own pockets.
No, but I mean, what they're going to do is going to be even less with the budgetary problems they've got.
Well, I don't know, I think there's some change today, I'll see.
Well, okay, well, we'll put that to one side anyway. You want to sort out the budget, which we need to sort out, but we need some figures.
I did mention this to Joe, passing the flowers. We've got a lot of new houses coming on stream.
Yeah.
Right. Would it be interesting to find out if we could get, we could do little surveys, find out the size of them, but we're not going to get it actually dead on. But what sort of money they could generate in the next year in terms of new income? 'Cause
Oh, what precept?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. You'd be surprised.
It depends when people start moving in though as well, doesn't it? Because they won't be paying. It depends when people start moving in.
Wouldn't it? A lot more.
I mean, is it to what advantage, Jim?
Well, I'm thinking, in this day and age at the moment, do we, just as a thing
Yeah, yeah.
do we actually go to increase our precept? And say to the, this year, because of what's happening, we've decided to stick, not increase. I think you'll find our income is already increased by new houses coming in. It would be interesting to find out, we don't know, perhaps we can get all the Pierces and try to find out how many houses are going to be released and when. Then talk to tourism, try and come up with a figure that over the next 12 months, what that might generate. What I'm saying is, we might be able to get away with not actually increasing our precinct, but knowing we've got money coming in by increasing the number.
I'd like to know what Pierces are thinking in actually on whether the people are getting mortgages from now on, or whether how many more they're going to build, or whether they're going to stop building and wait.
Well, the thing is, as far as Hill Park's a good example. Right? As far as I can see in Hill Park, when the larger houses were sold, hardly anybody were local, as far as Hill Park was concerned.
That's no great surprise.
Right? The 2-bedroom houses were bought locally, but then rented. What's interesting in Hill Park, I think you'll find, is all the 2-bedroom houses aren't actually owned by anybody else, they're all rented from private landlords.
What a surprise.
Right? And the third thing, of course, we've got in Hill Park is the ex-social houses, which were great, which was a fantastic addition. So, my guess is, I was party to a conversation in the pub where the guy who from Alison Home was in there talking to Oliver about people coming from away, where could they stay?
You weren't earwigging.
No, what he was talking about. and I thought, well, they're obviously trying to sell all these houses.
Oh yeah, of course they are.
People who are retiring and coming
Yeah.
the Devon dream. And if it was in an urban environment we were responsible, I might agree with you. But I'm not so sure about Buckland Brewer. I think people will be, those houses will still be bought.
This is going off on a complete tangent, but who called it foxglove?
Oh, I think you've got to ignore that, Barbara, for the moment. They put a name up because everything else isn't approved.
Yeah, we'll get there in a minute.
Oh God.
Slow down.
Oh dear.
But I could ask. Leave it to me. I'll ask the question.
You can try and get an answer.
Be interesting.
I mean, they know the amount of houses, they know the type of houses. They should be able to put up an approximation of precept.
It's a good excuse also to kick them regarding the levy in Foxglove View, whatever it is, for widening Orley Hill as well. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't actually see that in writing anywhere though.
They agreed it.
You be careful what you wish for with that.
Right.
You turn it into a motorway and you get motorway speeds.
Well, they were talking about
I just want people to be able to get past each other.
Right, okay.
George will slow him up with his 6-metre drill.
So you're going to send us out some bits and pieces on budget, and then we need to deal with that.
I'm putting together
Forecast.
a draft sort of budget
Yeah.
for next year based on this
This
year and
year,
last year,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So it's just if there's going to be something that's just completely out of left field.
I don't know that we've got any projects that need doing, and to be quite honest, with the way things are going, we shouldn't be spending a great deal of money anywhere.
Okay.
Well, the only thing I was going to say was that we ought to we've got to make a decision about the fireworks again next year. We do exactly the same. That's got to be the budget. I mean, it's not going to be that much, but those are the sorts of things we need to decide.
Oh yeah, that could, I mean, yes, it could go in.
And I won't buy money, I don't send some money for the plan, I'll put that. But,
Well, we had it in budget for the COVID. That we used the fireworks money
yeah, but
was the
nobody-
COVID
Yeah.
thing.
we'd have to dip into our own pocket.
Yeah, but Alison Holmes was supposed to be paying for the fireworks, so we haven't got anything coming out of our pocket, supposedly. Supposedly. Well, yeah, I tend to agree.
But do you agree, Chair, that we do what you're doing around the meeting first meeting in January?
Yeah. Thrash it all around, make sure where we are, yeah, without a doubt.
And the main one in the end of the month.
And
Well,
then,
we hardly ever change it, do we?
No.
It's really-
but we need to thrash it all about, and all suggestions need to come forward. Yeah, without a doubt. Okay. Parish Council elections.
Well, again, just
I know.
we need to start marketing really to encourage people to step forward. So Wendy and I have been looking at other websites around and about and think we can lift some ideas from elsewhere, you know, just to get awareness of what a parish council is and what the responsibilities are and things like that. Are you happy for that to be posted?
You can have a look around and see what you can find, by all means. What are Doubt doing? Anything or nothing?
I think they were having. I think there was talking about it, wasn't there? I think. I'll find there's another one coming up soon. So.
I didn't know if they got any bump on the
Oh
subject
yeah. I'll try to find out. Yeah.
that could be amalgamated into.
Yeah, because it certainly has been raised.
Oh, it's got to be raised after the disaster last time.
Well, absolutely.
I mean, one of the things we could do, and I don't know whether it'll work or not, is, I mean, Pat's got so much experience in local government, even before he became clerk here, he's all over the place in terms of local government, is we could run some sort of Saturday mornings in trial, in terms of, what it needs to be a parish council. Because you've got to do some hands-on, you can't, because that's the only way you can get people in. Because you've got to finger people. The only way you get people to stand at the parish council is actually finger them, get them to do it.
Yeah. You can put up posters all you like.
They'll reach off, they won't want to do anything.
Well, we can see by the attendance, the normal
Keith will
attendance,
be standing next.
the normal attendance that we've got here, that how much enthusiasm there is towards parish council.
Or he's bored to tears.
We've got 3 parish councils listed tonight.
I know. I'm aware for different reasons.
And perhaps now we've turned down the flagpole, it should be such an uproar they all stand.
Yeah, they probably will.
Yeah, that is
Could
wishful.
be a good recruiting thing.
That is wishful
God help
thinking.
us.
That is wishful thinking. Okay, so we'll wait and see where that goes. Keep us updated on that if you would. And we'll,
Yeah, and I'll try to find out from Dalton
If you could.
if there's anything
yeah.
specific.
But it might be useful to go with Pat, so I think, in terms of who would be a parish council.
Yeah.
It's worth a try. Anything is worth a try.
Okay.
I got the stuff from Dalk already.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, right, fair
Because
enough.
I attended that workshop anyway.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah. So
all right.
yeah, I've got all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Members' reports. David?
Yes, we've, we've been collecting this money from various sources, including the parish council, thank you very much, for the youth project.
Yep.
Well, we had a little get-together the other day, and we're going to have an open... The idea is to kind of have a drop-in for year 6, which is the last year of primary school,
Yeah.
to year 10. where to, it could well be down the hall, we will see. But we're going to have a open meeting on Friday the 20th of January at 7 o'clock down the hall, to kind of have to see what kind of support there is really, and because obviously we got a bit of a plan. There may be somebody who will be qualified to do it, because you need somebody qualified to do it. But there's also other people who will need to be involved. You can't do it just...
Give me the date again, will you?
20th
20th
of January.
January.
Yeah, which is a Friday night. That's down the hall.
Okay, you need to make sure it goes in the village team.
Yeah, no, I'm going to send that off tomorrow. My house is upside down at the moment.
Yeah, well. Anything else?
No. I'm sure we'll talk about Foxglove Alley in a minute.
Okay, David.
Well, that's top of my list.
General Manager,
Foxglove View, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's a temporary thing, because they had to call it something to point people out.
They've
Well,
invested a bit of money in it.
we were sent the paperwork, and as far as I know, we've responded with a name.
That wasn't the same one.
Wasn't the same one.
Oh, wasn't
Not
it?
the same one. No.
What was the other one then?
The
Oh,
other
that was
one was
Pierce's,
the other
was it?
side, wasn't it?
No, it was.
I thought it was here, south of Meadow.
Because they come up with a
Yeah, it's here, south
It's the
of
same one, is it?
It's here, south of Meadow.
Oh, well, the Foxglove
Is
sign was up before, wasn't it?
Yeah,
No.
Because the sales office was Foxglove Meadow, down in Sacred Meadow.
yeah.
Yeah, it's here.
Yeah, I thought that one was the other end. Just that
You're
other end.
It's what we're doing.
hang on.
Is they've got bought the two sites.
Yeah, I
and
know.
and
Yeah.
they're using chapels to go through to build what they now call Foxglove View.
But that signage was up before we even had that paperwork
No.
through, wasn't it?
No.
It was at the bottom of the hill.
No. Just the
We
just the
haven't heard
company
anything
name. Just the
Anybody about
just the
naming
company.
that?
We haven't had any response.
My view,
We don't have
anyway.
a response from Torres.
Not about our pushback in suggesting Cross Park, no.
Oh.
Didn't they first suggest Yo Foo? Or?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. And we
Lee it was, wasn't it?
Yo Lee, and we
Well, then
rejected.
Yo Vale on one thing and Yo Lee on the other.
We rejected that.
And we
but-
suggested Cross
You
Park.
said didn't we talk
Sorry?
about Cross
We
Park?
suggested
Yeah.
Cross Park.
We did.
Yeah, because we always...
But yes, it is this site. The confusion it lies in the fact that they're not using South of Meadows as an entrance at the moment. They're going down it through Orley Close.
That's where all the traffic's going.
Yeah,
down, all
yeah.
the lorries.
So, but it was for this site,
Oh, okay, that was right.
for the top site.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
There'll
check
be
with
another-
Torridge then.
There'll be another one on the second site, which will be the one that's at the rear of Orley Close eventually.
Yeah, well, that won't be built yet.
No.
When I spoke to the estate agent bloke down there, I said, "Where's the Foxgloves then?" And he muttered something. But I said, "When is it all going to be ready?" Then he said, "March."
Oh yeah, then my understanding was they're thrashing right on with it. And of course, I don't know where they're going to go now with all that's happened. Anything can happen. Right, sorry. Anyway, Trevor, finish your...
Yeah, where we talked about the village hall and the bonfire, and I don't know if Joe's got any photos that we could use for the village scene of the
Oh, the fireworks.
fireworks.
Anybody-
Wendy's taken some, I'll check with
Wendy got some?
Jackie
Well,
took some.
right. Right. Other than that, I think it's all clear.
Okay, you're done. Okie dokie. There's a few things that I've got. Gorewood Postbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. That came in as an email.
Yeah.
That they want to move it. I think that should be moved up to the Crossway.
Who wants to move it? Post office?
No.
No, Peter does. I get my guess off the top of my head is he wants to develop the barns and he wants a rear entrance in through. So that would be my first guess.
Is it used at all? I mean,
Yes.
Still there.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I have known people use it. So all I'm suggesting is it's moved back up to the Four Cross Way, somewhere where it's convenient.
That's a sensible idea.
So when you say where are you talking about now?
Crossway, what's it called?
Gorwood Cross.
Is it Gorwood Cross?
Gorwood Cross.
Don't have the names on it. I want an OS map. I would need a OS map to do that, which I haven't got tonight.
Yeah, because he's in the wall, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
well,
Peter's Lane,
yeah.
end of the lane.
Well, it's on a post, isn't
yeah, it's on a post.
Is it on a
Yeah, he's on a post, but he's right against the
I
wall.
thought it was sat in.
it?
No, he's not. No,
I don't
no,
think it is.
No.
no. No, he's on a post,
It's on a
and
post.
he set well
The
back.
post itself, box must be worth a bit now, I should think.
Didn't like the one I did ago.
Right. So anyway,
Where else is there?
that's my suggestion on that.
Yeah.
The other bit is the Rural Prosperity Fund. I'd like to know whether we could get some money out of that for the industrial units. So that needs a letter to Torridge, because that's what it's for. It's to revitalise rural economies. So I just thought our industrial units, they might be able to get some money to help pay for them.
Because that's going to be that's going to be a project, isn't it?
Yes. Well, it's one. We need an update on that
Well,
from
you
Steve.
might beat me to it. We ought to have Steve Sherry up here.
We do,
And
yeah.
ask him if he'll come and give us an update where we are.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you can come up and we need to know what the results of
Yeah.
all the bits and pieces were.
Are we making progress? Are we not making
Yeah.
So do you want to invite him to the next meeting, or do you want to do it in the new year?
No, by the next meeting. Because we're going to be, but January is budget time, isn't it? So,
Yeah, we can do allocations we like for that. But I just thought that I saw the Rural Prosperity Fund and I thought industrial units and a few bob we might be able to scratch out of that. What is it? 900 odd thousand pound that they got division floating around.
See, they were going to do revamp Torrent.
Oh yeah, Torridge have quite nicely jumped on that bandwagon and decided what they'd like to spend the money on before offering it to anybody else.
Quite a big chunk.
The other as a by the by is that we had considered a generator within this emergency plan budget. And I had been thinking about the one that was down West End, but he's gone.
I was going to bring that up in mine.
He's gone. Yeah, 55 kilowatts. He may, I think Leon said he was asking 3,500 for it. But he sold it. I've got to go over the next couple of days and restart it again. But he's gone, so that one's out of the parish. Yeah, that's all I've really got on my bits and pieces.
Well, mine's only too small. One was
Yep.
Foxglove, but I don't care about. The telephone box.
Yep.
There's no light in that. I know you don't need light for the books, but surely the
For the defib.
defibrillator ought to be.
I don't know what. I wonder why we.
But I thought that because when he was just standing there idle, the light came on. But after he was decommissioned and before we took it over, the light
Perhaps we
always
should.
came on.
Perhaps if we didn't mention it to the electrician. Perhaps it wasn't reinstated by the electrician. I don't know. Is there a bulb in there?
I couldn't see one.
Yeah. Perhaps it just needs a bulb. Or we'd have to have a look. Okay.
That was all this whole process explained.
Phone box light. on then, Jim.
Yeah, Foxglove view. The one thing that's worried me about it is coming up from Catsborough Cross, places plastered with, this is the way to Foxglove view.
Just further than...
And what worries me is that commercial traffic is going to go down there and across that bridge. I know it's not enough power.
Already is.
You know,
Already is. Already is.
well,
Traffic.
yeah, that bridge is going to go against it.
They've already knocked it off again.
Yeah, well, they've got some of it on.
Yeah. But the traffic is.
Did they get permission from Devon County Council to put those signs up?
I think the temporary ones they don't have to then.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Because they started at Friddlestock Stone, didn't Catsborough?
Oh, yeah.
The first one is...
I just think we ought to find out whether they legally can do it.
I mean, they did it with Hale Park, didn't they? They were all over the place.
Yeah, they did.
And
Yeah.
they stayed there with...
But they
But
are.
not that way.
They are
They
around all the
didn't-
building
no,
sites.
This
no.
way, wasn't it?
It don't matter which building site it is. There's always temporary signs up. I think you'll find that county will just say it's temporary signs.
Yeah, probably.
Well, not probably. Can we find out, please?
Oh. You won't stop the traffic coming over the bridge.
No, but if there's a sign that doesn't say this way to Foxglove View, or whatever it's called, they might not come down there.
They will. My understanding of the lorry, I talked to my son, funnily enough. I said, why are we getting these lorries coming over Glen Bridge? He said, they are bringing stone up from South Devon and Cornwall, and the quickest way up is through Oldsworthy, up here, down over Glen, and in. They won't come up and go all the way round Landcross and round. They'll come in that way.
Well, the question is...
And that's why you're getting them.
There's a great big sign telling them not to.
Well, there's a sign that says about length.
Yeah.
There is nothing that says about weight. And the problem with that is if the moment you start restricting it on weight, you will affect the farming community with what happens there.
Right, okay. So I just think we need to find out. Right. The light is now working again. Pat and I have now sorted it, we hope. And the speed light is now working.
Yeah.
Did you phone Devon County Council about the 20-mile-an-hour sign on the road?
No, I forgot.
Can you do it?
My apologies. Yeah.
Right, the industrial unit. The other thing I was going to mention, and I suppose it's all to do with budget and what we've been mindful of, is John Hart, the leader of Devon County Council, put out a statement, and he says we face a 75 million shortfall in our budget for next year. This is clearly in line with the government resetting the budget next week. Now, bearing in mind what I think the government are going to do, and there is information in the Times today that they're going to lift the 2.99% cap, because you know, if they wanted it more than 2.99%, they had to go for a referendum.
Yeah.
The government are going to lift that and lift it some way so they can actually get the money, they can actually increase their council tax. Now that has an impact on everybody.
Yeah.
But clearly one of the things they're thinking, I think, is that if people in bigger properties will pay more, and people in smaller properties will pay less. And so people who earn more, you generally get larger properties, and people who earn less in the smaller properties. So the idea is that it's a bit fairer in terms of collecting a tax. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But clearly, one of the things that worries me, if nothing does happen, then I think we'll lose our bus.
Yeah.
I think the bus will go.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
I think so.
And one or two other things will go as well.
Yeah. And of course, always the first one is the roads.
Well, the problem we've got, Chair, is local authorities in the Sutherland thing are soft targets, aren't they?
Oh, they are. Jim, I'm not arguing for one moment.
Devon County Council, if you want to cut your budgets, or the government wants to cut their central budget, county councils are soft target, because
Well-
they just say, get on with it, you know.
Well, we're worse off because, of course, we've got so many roads in Devon. No.
But I think we ought to be aware of that and sort of
Yeah.
encapsulate what other areas about to try and find out what those houses will generate. It's going to be tough, and I think what people have got to realise is that what happens in Westminster has a direct effect what happens in Buckland Brewer.
Mm.
A lot of people don't do the connect at all.
Well, that's the apathy you've got at the moment, I'm afraid. Anything else?
Anything else? No, sorry. The last statement, all the powers, you've done that. Just release, you've done that. No, that's it.
Okay. George?
Yeah, thank you, Nick. With the letter to Andrew Haywood, I think you would put Mr. RHX and Andrew Haywood, so the Bob is involved. Like it's someone done that. You mentioned hedge trimming, Mr. Chair, I forget what.
Yeah.
Just reminded me, what, the hedge trimming has to stop on February the 1st or 28th? Backlane's never been done.
That's not strictly true. It has been done,
Well,
but
the owner's supposed to do each side, but it's grown over like, whatever. And end of February, well, it's coming up fast. And I would like, and to be honest, the owner of the hedges, the road hedges, you've got to do it. And you don't worry, well, they can't afford to do it. It's, you know, it's got to be done because you ain't going to have a back lane over that. Also, you spoke about generator just now.
yeah.
There's a generator in a lorry container, 125k, fully engined, all done up, only been as a second emergency reserve for Safeways down at View. There is a fuel tank, the man will get free for it as well. It's 3,500, there's £400 delivery. Before you do anything about it, I would like Dick Gilbert to have a look, take him up there, just have a look at it. And I would like to get permission from the village hall for him to look at, to see what connections is available, if this is a feasible job, if we're going to go ahead with the generator.
Yeah.
It's the cheapest generator that size, it can light up the whole community, won't it?
Well, the cheapest one was just doing a road, but we won't go into that. The problem comes with whether we need a generator at all. I don't really want to get into all this, but
Well,
we need to do this at that emergency meeting, not now.
Well, sorry, Mr. Chair, I would like permission,
No.
Dick Gilbert, to go and
Well,
have a look.
there's no point. Look, we need to make a decision on what we're going to do first, George.
Well, you can't make a decision on what you're going to do if you can't.
Well, you can. We need. Yes, you can. You need to
Mr. Chair, I
know.
want to move a motion, do you want this committee, with all, I can present actual factual costs to the committee, parish council, whenever you like, for what it's going to cost. And I won't know anything until Dick Gilbert lets me know what's feasible down there. Now you've got to get permission from the village hall and everything else.
I've already spoken to Trevor on the subject about working out what capacity is required from the village
I
hall.
would like Dick Gilbert to have a look down there at it.
So,
You don't know, nobody else knows.
Well,
Electric
then-
knows. If you want somebody else, I would like it moved on this committee for permission just to have a look at it. Whether you have a 5 kilowatt generator or whether you have a 125 kilowatt generator, which can be used, completely utilised in the south.
I think you're jumping the gun, personally.
Get nothing done in a minute.
And it comes back about, we're going to have an emergency plan, aren't we?
Exactly.
But then, I've got a bit of sympathy with George on that. We've been going round in bloody circles.
Exactly.
We might as well have all the facts on this one,
Exactly.
then we know what we're looking at.
I've asked for a motion to be put before.
So what you're asking, George, is that Dickie Gilbert goes to the village hall
can I ask?
Roughly idea cost.
Can I ask another?
We've got to ask the village hall if they'll allow it, if you allow him to look at it. We can't just go in and blast
Which is we haven't even decided the building yet.
It was proposed, this emergency, I'm picking up this emergency fund, right? I'm on snowboard on the other side of it, so I'm picking up this emergency fund, I'm just trying to get things organised so we know what we're talking about, we're not gonna waste time. There's a motion in front of you, Mr. Chair.
The question, you want Gilbert, but I would have said, who was the electrician? Do you know the name of the electrician that put the system in?
In the hall?
Yeah, do you? You had somebody in, didn't you?
Yeah, well, Pierce's would have, Pierce's done it.
Through the chair, if you, I'm looking at cost, you're gonna have some clown from Barcelona.
Whoa, that's not, whoa, that's not fair.
You got a local electrician, this on site, and like, if you've got somebody else you carry on with the other man.
That's not a fair comment.
No, it is a fair one.
They are, no it's not, they're, you
He's
took,
fully Mr.
I'm
Gilbert
aware
is
of
fully
that.
qualified. No, Mr. Chair, you listen to me a minute. Mr. Gilbert is a fully qualified sign off on any type of electrical engineer, and is skilled as any other firm, big firm, Kia, Canon, whatever. Exactly. I just wanted some idea. I'm asking for a motion to be moved,
Fine.
voted on.
What do you think?
Well, no one did.
Anybody got any other, just a minute. Well, I'm just about to ask other opinions on the subject before you do a vote.
I don't know. I mean, you know, I suppose in some ways it wouldn't hurt to have information if it's not at all, if it isn't possible, you know.
All things are possible. It's just a question of how much.
Possible, yeah. I can't. I don't know really. In fact.
Trouble?
Yeah, I can't make my mind up, really.
George's asking for a vote in a second, or so you need to make your mind up. You either want the man to go down and do what, or
Well, if he can.
seek permission for the man to go down.
Village or happy for that to happen.
Yes, no?
Yeah, I don't know how to put it, really.
Put it in.
Yeah, I think it's up to the committee. Well, it's not. We haven't got anything coming forward as to what we should do. It's all very well talking about 136 kVA.
It could be anything, sir. It could be 10, I said, it could be 10 kVA, but you need to know connections.
You know,
Yes or no?
who's paying?
Well, we'll end up paying.
I suppose you do it for nothing. You
Well, don't make that assumption. He's a professional man. He got bills to pay the same as everybody else. So please don't make that assumption. As a parish council, if there's a fee to pay, we will pay.
I suppose if the village owner are quite happy for it.
So what's that? That's a yes, is it? Trevor?
Well, yes, I am not happy about it, but it's either that or abstaining.
Right, in that case,
And
I know what the three on this side are for, so can you write to Mr. Gilbert and to Roger, letter to Roger, asking or explaining that we'd like Mr. Gilbert to do an assessment of the village hall as to the need and the costs of installing an external generator. Because you need to work out the capacity of what's required, because I understand the cooker is three-phase.
It is three-phase.
It is three-phase.
Is there going to be a feasibility study for here as well then?
Sorry?
Will there be a feasibility study for here as well?
Can be, if you know where to put the thing.
Sorry.
This one is easier than the village hall. The village hall has a problem with solar panels and a proper electrical room with all that stuff in it. So that will require specialist equipment or knowledge of where the connections go. A changeover switch is easy. A changeover switch will cost you 150 quid and it will come here or there, wherever. It will need a changeover switch because you've got to have that. Because once no, well, you have to have an independent, because when the power comes back on, the power goes straight into the generator and blows the generator all to pieces. So causes a dead short for the system. So you've got to have a
George
changeover.
will also be in that loop because he has found this generator.
Well, let's get the assessment done first. And George has found a generator. There are hundreds of them out there.
Andrew, Mr. Chair, do you know, right, up to me now, all on this discussion, there was talk about a generator. Bring a PTO generator or whatever. A generator, I don't know who brought it up, so I just happened to be flicking through some stuff. I come up with this idea. And all of a sudden, I'm lambasted by you, a ridiculous
I'm
idea.
not
No,
lambasted.
we're doing an emergency report, or emergency whatever, this Joe's done. I'm just providing something, I'll give you an answer, what's feasible or not. That's all I want.
Trevor came up with the price of a generator 2 months ago.
What's happened? Did that be connected?
Well, we don't know about that because
Right,
we
let's
haven't
just-
dealt with that.
can we just get on with
This
it?
is what you're dealing with.
Wind the clock back, we've agreed to do something, and I think everybody seems settled the fact we'll get Dick Gilbert to go and do an assessment.
If the village are quite
That's
happy
it.
with that.
And then you've got a base to move off from.
Well, you've got to bring that back to a meeting.
Yes, well,
Fine.
bring it back.
Mr. Chair, fine.
Well, don't keep on about your generator because I'm not knocking your generator any more than any other
I'm
one.
looking at the generator, that's all I'm
I'm
looking at.
fine. Well, Trevor, as I say, Trevor looked at one 2 months ago. We haven't made a decision on that either. No. Oh. This is two separate things, George. I'm not fighting you with a generator. Yes, you've come up with one. I got one here. I looked at the one down at West End. I know it's gone now. Well, it's not quite gone.
Perhaps if you had searched it earlier and got some idea, it might be gone. Anyway,
I'm not controlling this
Okay,
emergency.
Mr. Chair, forget it. I don't read this aspect.
I'm not, nor do I, but I'm not controlling this emergency meeting. I can't push that forward any more than you can. It's gone round and round
Yes.
with other people that have done it.
You're just circulating things, Mr. Chairman. They're going to want information. That's all I've got is information.
Who is going to chair this meeting?
Well, it's a parish council meeting.
It's a parish council meeting.
Yeah.
When have the,
On the 24th of November, we're having a meeting here as a special parish council meeting.
And you were a chair, I presume?
Yeah,
Yeah. Quite nicely so.
it's a parish council meeting.
Sorry, Mr. Chair, you are a chair. You are chairing different ideas and not running everybody.
I'm
down.
not.
You're supposed to be chairing it neutral. You're not at the moment.
Do you know what? I'm about to resign.
Whoa, don't.
Oh, carry on.
Whoa.
Look, we come to an item, we come to an agreement what we're going to do. Why don't we just do it?
Yeah.
Well, Joe's going to do a letter,
Yeah.
2 letters.
To yourself. Yeah.
One to Mr. Gilbert and one to Roger.
Does somebody know who Mr. Gilbert is? I'm getting in touch with him.
Yeah, R.J. Gilbert, he's in Orley Close.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Something like that. He's in the phone book. If you look up R.J. Gilbert, he's in the phone book.
4 or 5 already closed. 1,
Have you anything else, George?
That'll be number 6.
Edge trimming, I've done.
Number 6, yeah.
Back lane edge trimming, that's all.
As regards back lane, we need to have a natter with Pat, because I thought he was writing to
He did.
Westwood about their hedge, and then we were going to have to tackle the other part of the hedge, which I think we're going to end up paying for.
Well, there's two new houses, isn't there? Because it used to be the vicarage.
Pardon?
It used to be, most of it was the vicarage, wasn't it? It used to be
On that side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now there's houses.
Yeah,
there.
we're going to have to sort out who owns what. I know who owns the lower end.
'Cause the vicarage, I guess,
The lower end on the left-hand side
the
was
vicarage
owned by Felix,
yeah,
and he's well and truly gone. I know where he is, but you won't get any money out of him to do it.
the top of back lane, this end, on the other side to the bungalow, will still belong to the,
Westwood.
no, will belong to, the old, vicarage at the top, surely, there's still a bit there, and then you move down and
Yeah,
there's
there's going to be
1, 2,
three owners. Yeah, there'll be 3 owners there.
3. Well, I don't know if the second one's a bit back in it, but certainly there's the vicarage, and Pete built 3 houses in his garden.
Yeah.
2 to start with, and 1 a bit further back. But I don't know what the position of that, the one back is.
Is there any part of vicarage? Because that's a lane down to the
Well,
other house.
there's the entrance road, but that's been sold off or divided separately. So there's the left-hand bit is going down to the new buildings that he's done, and there's a separate entrance into the old vicarage. So the old vicarage won't be concerned with that bit of lane any longer. It'll all be the new properties. Well, if you drive by, you'll see the 2 entrances. So it'll all be the it'll be the new.
We've had this discussion several times before.
Well, we need to find out from Pat what response he got from Westwood on the subject, and then we need to go through.
Was there a letter saying that Westwood denied all?
I don't know. I honestly can't remember.
I think your statement earlier on, Chair, is right. We're going to end up paying for it. We might as well get it done.
Yeah.
The other problem is finding a trimmer that will go down the lane.
May end up steeping it, yeah.
Well, may do. That was the other bit I was going to mention, and I forgot. I think the hedge at the bottom of the amenity field should be steeped.
Which is the meaning.
The one we had the fireworks in. Next down by the village hall.
Yeah, well, we planted the orchard. Or Trevor planted the orchard.
It got where they've gone through where Pierce's went through the hedge. It's bare, and it's bare in other places. And the only thing that's growing on there are some big thorns. And if you look in where they built the house, the thorn is nearly touching their building on their side.
Did you know that? Who owns it? Pierce's or?
I'm assuming we do.
So you?
I'm assuming we do.
The parish does?
Yeah.
Oh, get it steep and it looks nice when it's steep, doesn't it?
I would have just had it steeped anyway, because irrespective.
Who's a skilled steeper?
Well, Andrew Beer is pretty good. You said he'd come out to see you.
Yeah, he's actually doing some for me now.
Could you, if you could have a word and see if he can do that? Yeah. And do you want to have him to look at back lane?
Look at it, yes.
Look and
I mean, whatever happens, Chair, I think getting these people to do it is just an endless task of
I know.
diligence and all this.
I know.
Then farmers have to bear the responsibility.
Father used to cut that edge.
Well, the worst.
Father used to cut that edge down.
When he was living there.
When he was living there.
Yeah, the old people's
The wor-
below, wasn't it?
The worst bit is that the bit down against Gorwood Road that comes up this driveway of the bungalows was a ransom strip that Mr. Dorinsky owned. still owns, but I don't know who. Well, that's right. I don't know if it was ever passed on to anybody else, so it's probably in limbo. So you've got no way of getting anybody to agree to do it. So the easiest way is see if we can get a price out of Andrew to steep it.
Mr. Brown, he owns.
He got the bit the other side.
He got yes, right, but he hadn't done anything to that edge, has he?
I don't think there's much to do, is there? From what?
I've looked over it. I can't get up through the gator anyway to miss out the traffic because you got car one in, car two. That's a
I know cars are.
But it's got now looking like even the little gator, or even quite likely to go through in a minute. Certainly not a horse and
No, I know.
That's usually really stop up and down there.
Well, if you could mention that to Andrew as well for us, please.
I will do.
We'll get and ask him for a price on that, and at least we can get some movement on that as well. We're going to end up paying for it, whatever happens. You can see it coming. Okay. Planning. The application we've got here is for Eastview, and it is the change of use. It's in retrospect, and it's a building that's already up that they want to put an office and restroom in.
Well, some time ago, we agreed anew because they wanted to build a brand new piece, didn't they? And they never built it.
They've changed their mind according to
Yeah,
the plan. They're not going to
what I
build
thought.
that. They want to adapt this other building. I can't really see a problem with it.
We agreed on that.
Where is he, my ignorance?
This is John Cole's.
Johnny Cole. Yeah.
They already put. Yes, yeah. They put a building up a couple of years ago, and it's just an adaptation, really.
So we got the nice number of church.
No. So we'll support that one if everybody's happy. Decisions none. We come down to the accounts, receipts and payments. Laptop, yeah.
And various office gubbins to get started. I've got a full
Excuse
breakdown
me.
of everything if anybody would like to see it.
Oh yeah, that was a big killer, wasn't it?
Everything else is as expected,
No.
obviously, no.
Can I just stop there?
Yeah.
Fine, Aaron, but I presume those expenses, because we didn't know Pat was leaving in
Oh,
your
I haven't
account,
done that.
are not in our budget, are they? So if we
No,
part of
that's
that,
where, that's where,
yeah.
the budget's out of kilter for, software,
Bugger.
laptop and salaries, because there's a.
And the overlap as well.
Yeah.
So what's
there's a
that?
handover.
Couple of grand?
Well, yeah, the bit that goes up to September, it needs to be, I'll update it as at the end of October, that
Okay.
budget report, so you've got the current status.
Yeah.
But yes, there is, it's not quite as much as that as at the end of September, but as I say, most of the hefty expenses went through for October.
Okay.
Sorry. Can I just go, you said, gross amount, just now earlier, was 45,000. Can you go back down to, I don't quite understand.
You want the top one again?
I really don't quite understand.
The accounts,
Right.
How much money total, all the accounts have we got?
£73,438.90.
Right.
but this is where there still are outstanding checks to the tune of,
Which,
14, just over 14.
yeah, which is £47,000 in the savings account. Which-
That's what, I couldn't work out, I knew
Yeah,
it was on Saturday,
well that is
Yeah.
Thorny lead money in there,
So
basically. Yeah.
like 40-something.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of them going? Sorry.
It's all right. It does take a bit of getting your head round when you first see it. But yeah, if we go through,
So, I mean, the rest of the expenses are, as I say, are as expected.
yeah, I mean, you've got 2 clerks' wages, you've got everything else that's sorting itself out.
And that is the final instalment of Fresh
Of
Air.
Pat,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Fresh Air Fitness, yeah.
Second and final, yes.
There'll be a bit of expense for some tarmac because we've got to do the path.
That was something I didn't bring up,
No.
and I'd let Joe have a application for
Oh yeah, that's right.
account with Tamar
Tamar.
Trade-in for.
We got a bit of a small gate off of the path. Yeah. Because Trevor's been and picked the tarmac up ready for some dry weather. He brought back I said to him, bring back an account form to open an account with Tamar Trading, because if some of this parish council retire and other people wish to get some bits and pieces from Tamar to do odds and ends, it's easier if there's an account.
Yeah.
We got one with Bridgman's, we just one with Tamar, and the job's done. So that's that. Yeah, I think there's anything on there that we didn't know anything about.
And there were no receipts for, since the last meeting?
For what, sorry?
No receipts since the last meeting, it's all money going out.
No, I should have put one in for our cost going to Exeter, but I haven't done it yet. I didn't think nor about it. Yeah, okay.
Good.
We can only hope that everybody uses the equipment in the end.
Let's hope they do.
I say we can only hope that everybody uses this fresh air equipment in the end.
We talked about marking the pole, didn't we, with the forfeit?
Oh yeah. That was the other thing. It was. You want a motion to approve.
I'll propose it.
That was the other thing we were going to do. It's been suggested. I can't remember who suggested it. There is a disclaimer pole down by the fitness centre, but it does say about children under 4'6".
4'6", yeah.
Shouldn't use the equipment.
Under 4'6".
4'6".
Unless
Yeah.
if they're unsupervised by their parent.
If they're supervised, it's okay.
Or
Yeah.
if they're supervised.
If they're
it's
supervised, they
okay.
can do whatever they like from a cradle upwards.
But we, some of the parents would think, oh, my boy's 5 foot, whatever. But if we put a marker on the post that's there,
Yeah.
saying at 4'6", if you're under this line, done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or something like that, I don't know.
No, that's good enough. You can't do no more than that. I mean, we're not in a nanny state. You just can't control everything.
They'll be using it anyway.
But of course they
they'll
will.
use it, but
They'll
then-
come right
then
out.
you've got a
They'll
disclaimer
come right
on
out
it.
to school and right onto it, and that'll be that. But it don't matter. It is what it is.
That's up there so everybody can see.
The disclaimer is there. Yes. Yeah, the disclaimer's there. We've just got to mark that pole as for the
And it-
height. That's
And
all.
it does look better than the one in Bideford.
Oh, certainly. Yeah.
Park.
The one in Victoria Park's a mess.
Yeah, it does look. It does look. Yeah, I think.
But it's having that surface. You've got to have a
Yeah.
good surface. The
I
one in
think
Victoria.
It looks really nice anyway.
If you look at the one in Victoria Park, they did it with these matting that you let the grass come up through. And
Right.
if you walk in there now, you want a pair of Wellingtons on. It's awful.
So did the money from the bottom end pay for it, or did a bit more to pay?
No,
No, this is all done.
no,
It's all done.
it's all, well, that was most of it, George. Then we got a grant from the county council. I think Pat said it cost us 460 quid.
Yeah, it didn't cost us much money at all. Yeah, you've done very well with the grant money. Less than 500 quid. Yeah, okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah. End of story. Time to go on.
Say no to Richard Hooper.
He's listening.